Hello, everybody. Welcome to Geek Dad Report versus the NFL, week number 11. As you can tell, Brian is not hosting tonight. I have shamed him with my amazing picks, and he is so sad about how terrible he did that I think he just couldn't face, being in front of everybody, and having to actually tell everybody how good I did. In week 10. So I would just like to say yes, I went 11-3 in week 10. And Brian, wait, let's find out really quick because there's tears. You're the greatest. I don't know if I can do this anymore. Brian went 8-5. I mean, it's still respectable, I guess, but and I decided that this show needed to be a little more classy, so I'm going with my ESPN attire to something's gotta happen. I mean, if this show is going to take off, it's going to be because of my picks and how great I dress. Because that equals, sportscaster, I assume. So this week, the buys for this week is going to be Indianapolis, New York, Jets, not the Giants, San Francisco, and the Carolina Panthers. So if those are any of your players are on those teams or you have those defenses for fantasy football, you need to make some changes really quick. But it's only Tuesday, so we still got some time. See our first matchup, Thursday Night Football, Pittsburgh Steelers. That's pretty much what we're going to do to the Tennessee Titans. Even though this is obviously Ben Roethlisberger's last year, he is really inconsistent. The very first play, he threw a 40-yard interception last game. That's just how you like to start things off. Other than that, Antonio Brown is still Antonio Brown. He'll make good catches, make good plays. Le'Veon Bell will still keep doing whatever crazy shit that he does. Juju Smith-Schuster. He's a rookie that's been doing pretty damn good. And I follow him on Twitter. You're a pretty funny guy, Juju. I'm going to try and tag you and see if you like this. We'll see how it goes. I'm all about Team Juju right now. Our second matchup, we have Detroit at Chicago. The Bears don't stand a chance. Detroit is, I believe, leading the division right now. If the Vikings aren't, I don't pay attention because really the Packers, they're not doing that good. So I'm gonna pick Detroit over Chicago. Next game we have Jacksonville Jaguars at the Cleveland Browns. Do we really need to say that much? I mean, it's the Cleveland Browns. I feel bad for the guys, but Jacksonville's defense is pretty dang good right now. Can't really miss it, and there are still 6,499 tickets. If you want to go to Cleveland, there's a lot of tickets available right now. So Jacksonville over the Cleveland Browns. We have Baltimore at Tampa Bay. Green Bay. Baltimore's playing Green Bay Packers, not the Tampa Bay Packers. That'd be weird. So I don't think Baltimore's got it in them. They're a team on the downturn. Even though the Packers are not playing with Aaron Rodgers, Hundley did show some signs of actually throwing it more than 10 yards down the field last week. If they could just start trying to get the ball to Jordy Nelson, maybe on some 10, 15-yard slants even, I don't know, that might be good. They listen to our show. I mean, we're pretty good. So I'm going to pick the Green Bay Packers over Baltimore. And next up, we have Tampa Bay at Miami, the Battle of the Floridas. Man, I'm going to have to give this one to Tampa Bay. I don't think Miami's got it in them. I think they started off strong this year, but they're not going to end well since they gave up Ajayi to the Philadelphia Eagles, who basically is like, hey, I could score touchdowns now. Isn't this great? I'm not Miami anymore. So, Tampa Bay over Miami. Next up, we have Los Angeles Rams against the Minnesota Vikings. This is a tough one. The Rams are doing really dang good, and I am feeling I didn't have a good quarterback. I had Jay Cutler as one of my quarterbacks on my fantasy teams, And Joff was up at the very start of the season, and I didn't take him. I figured it was the Rams, and they weren't going to be that good. I'm feeling really bad. I did not pick up Goff as my quarterback in fantasy. I was stuck with Jay Smoking Cutler, who I ended up benching for Brisket from the Indianapolis Colts. So there you go. Let's go with the Rams on this one. Next up, we have the Washington Native Americans playing the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans is scoring like 200 points a game, and their defense is actually showing up, and they have some sign of a running game, which apparently means Drew Brees is going to be playing football until he's 60 years old. They're going to roll him out on a little rascal, and he'll just like sit on his rascal and start slinging footballs down the field. That's how long Drew Brees is going to be staying in the NFL. And with that, old man Drew Brees, who's probably my age, which is really scary, I picked them over the Washington Native Americans. And next up we have Kansas City at the New York Giants. Giants got lucky last week. Wait, no, they didn't get lucky last week. They lost to the 49ers. And that was one of my 3 freaking losses last week. So thank you, Giants. You know what? Because you're a bunch of a-holes for losing and messing up my nearly perfect score, I'm going to say the Kansas City Chiefs are going to kick your butt all over the place. So I hope you enjoy that, Eli Manning. Next up we have Arizona at the Houston Texans. Oh man, this is a tough one. Somehow Arizona hung in the game against Seattle, but I think in division rivalries and familiarity of your opponents, you have more of a chance to kind of stay in those kind of tight games. So for that reason, I don't think Arizona is going to have it to beat the Houston Texans. Even though Houston's quarterback situation is kind of sketchy, I think the Arizona situation is way more sketchier. So I'm going to go with the Houston Texans over Arizona. Buffalo at the Los Angeles Chargers. Philip Rivers has 27 million children that he has adopted. Great guy. I'm sure he's loving LA. Buffalo's still going to kick their butt. I'm just going to say that. They don't really have much of a chance. Well, I mean, they have a chance, but I think Buffalo is kind of... I think they're going to get a late season groove going on. And even though I don't think they will contend for number 1 in their division, I think they're going to be a strong wild card team. And for that reason, I'm going to go with the late half of the season, Buffalo Bills charge, stampede, all over the LA Chargers. Enjoy. Next up, we have Cincinnati Bengals at Denver. Since I pretty much don't like any other team in my division, it's not the Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm going to say that Cincinnati and their redheaded freak of a quarterback with their helmet punching wide receiver who, if anyone's punched someone in a helmet before, I mean, I've slapped people in the helmet when I was playing football, and that still hurt. If you try to punch people, that hurts your hand. It's just dumb, AJ Green. So, I'm going to say Denver's going to win this one, even though Denver's been lately. So, next up, we have New England versus Oakland at Oakland. Crazy thing, there's only 128 tickets available, according to the screen I keep looking at over here. I don't think Oakland's going to have it in them. Tom Brady is douchebag Tom Brady who wins games, and he's a reliable guy. And he got some weird magic cheating hat that he just pulls cheats out of, and everybody comes up green for the New England Patriots. God, I just want them. I want him to retire. I want Bill to retire, and I want them to just have like a bunch of losing seasons. And then everybody will just feel better about themselves. But until then, New England's gonna win against Oakland. Last up, we have Philadelphia at Dallas. Philadelphia is where I live right now. My kids had Spirit Day yesterday, and they were the only kids not wearing Philadelphia Eagles clothes. And I don't like Dallas. I don't know why. I think the Eagles are going to continue going on their weird, crazy run. Now that they actually have a running game, and if you watch anything from their last game before they had a bye week, they're kind of scary right now. And this was not the Philadelphia Eagles that everybody was expecting this year, but this is the Philadelphia Eagles that we are getting. And from what I hear in the fan base, people are super excited. Everybody is going absolutely nuts here in Philadelphia, especially for Carson Wentz. And it's a good time to pick Philadelphia over the Dallas Cowboys because it's the Dallas Cowboys. We kind of want to see them lose. So, and then for Monday Night Football, we have the Atlanta Falcons playing the Seattle bird beaks with orange and green coloring. Whoever that team is, the Seattle bird beaks. I'm from Seattle. I should know what the name of the team is. They're doing okay. If you watch their game, the bird beaks have this one guy named Russell Wilson who pretty much, if he wasn't in the games, they would lose every time because he's running everywhere, zigzagging across the field, and then just slinging balls, and some dudes just magically catch them. I don't know. The Bird Beaks from Seattle are a decent football team, I guess. My co-host really likes them. He always picks them. Oh, Brian, you're so silly. You always gotta pick Seattle. So, I'm gonna pick Seattle. Seattle Seahawks. Yes, I know. I'm sure my co-host, Brian, has lost his shit because I'm not speaking correctly about his team. But, yes, Seattle Seahawks will beat Atlanta on Monday Night Football. It will be a whole bunch of people on my Facebook feed freaking out about flags and how they're getting so many flags thrown at them and fire Bevel. I see that one a lot, and I look forward to it. But yeah, Seattle's going to be Atlanta. Come on, is that CenturyLink? They don't stand a chance. All right, that's my week 11 picks. I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, I forgot Brian, who I hope he's feeling better about himself, and maybe he'll come back. Maybe we'll do whoever wins gets to host the show. How about that? Think about that, Brian. You do that. All right. So, Brian's picks for this week, we have Seattle, Tennessee, fuck you, asshole, Detroit, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, Minnesota, New Orleans, Kansas City, Arizona, Buffalo, Denver, New England, and Dallas. Ooh, Brian and I got some really opposite picks this week. So, who's going to come out on top? I don't know. I'll probably see you guys next week. Have a good one. And don't forget to check your fantasy picks. And make sure you subscribe, like, and comment on the GDR versus the NFL on Facebook, on YouTube, and on iTunes, because I've been doing a better job of posting it on there. And make sure you check our Twitter. We are Geek Dad Report. And I am Ryan Thomason. You can find me at Big Bruiser, BIGBRUSR. Yes, I spell it weird. I made up my online name when I was 14 years old, and I never changed it because I thought it was cool. So, goodbye, everybody. Enjoy, watch some football, and let us know what you think and who you're going to pick for this week. We'd love to hear you guys' picks, and then we can have fun little arguments on Facebook about it. So, stay nerdy, everyone.